ESFPs. We're discussing you guys in this video. You guys are usually seen as spontaneous, emotionally expressive, and you guys have a bit of like this engaging, fiery energy in you. Extroverted sensing, feeling, and perceiving types. SP temperament, which means that your focus is on freedom and impact. ESFPs need the freedom of choice of all times. They hate to be restricted. They make decisions in the moments. They are reactive to the moment. They don't take long time to think about what decisions they make. They actually work really well in chaotic situations. They can take the control, they can take the lead even if needed in chaotic situations. Their way of communicating, informing, and initiating. They care about the feelings of others, they care about their own feelings, and they like to say things from the perspective of their values. And that's why they can come across as informing types. They are also fundamentally utilitarian and concrete types. They're like walking realists. They see what's happening truly around them and they gather that information to make decisions what is the best approach. They care the most of things they are themselves interested in, the things they value, the things they think are important, and that's why they are interest focused. When they are interested in something, they will put a lot of effort and they can get immersed in the things they really care about. They thrive in fast-paced environments. Like I said, they live in the moment. They live in the present moment mostly. They are action-oriented and great at improvisation. Their way of engaging with the environment is like direct engagement with the external and yet not trying to control it, just going with the flow. Being adaptive is the core of ESFP types. These are the reasons why they can be really engaging, fiery, experiential, performative. They can have a lot of willpower. All this stuff can be portrayed from the energy of ESFP. The first function, extroverted sensing. This is the function why it seems like a lot of ESFPs spend their times in activities that for other people might seem like useless. They're good at interacting with people, they enjoy being with people, they enjoy giving people good experiences, they can have really good practical skills in the concrete reality, and they want to experience things all the time to gather the information. Their way of discussing with people is to gather information from other people, which is basically like, tell me what did you do, tell me what are you doing today, what are we gonna do tomorrow. Even if they are reading history, they might be interested in the things people actually live their concrete real lives. Extroverted sensing actually means that you are experiencing objectively the present moment as it is. It means that you are outwardly perception, you are externally perception. You see your present moment as it truly is, and you're engaged with the external. That's why ESFPs are one of the least types to live in their head. They are walking realists. When they look around them, they see what people are doing. They live in the present moment mostly. And that's why they are great at making short-term decisions. They are great at making decisions in hard places, in chaotic situations, making immediate actions. But let's remember that the second function, introverted feeling, provides the individualism, the authenticity, the self-expression of who I am to the present moment. And that's why the introverted feeling and extroverted sensing can give a specific way of engaging with the environment. So basically, their first function can make them really adventurous, relaxed, not over analyzing things, super passionate about things. But the danger of this is that once it becomes mundane, it can lose the excitement of what the extrovert sensing kind of is craving. It's craving the external sensory experience that it's having. And once it becomes mundane, it can lose the excitement. ESFPs are comfortable with not knowing where they're going, are comfortable in the moment. ESFP and the high introvert intuition types can really function and have strengths in different areas. And also due to their extrovert sensing and also their extrovert thinking, they like to share things. They like to share experiences, they like to share stories with other people. They are extroverted types who want to share their things with other people. But also, this is the function that can be seen as reckless and chaotic from the outside. The opposite of this extrovert sensing is the introvert sensing in the shadow side. And this means that because their focus is so much in the moment and in the excitement of the sensory experience, it can be hard for them to create consistent, mundane practices and patterns. They might lack consistency. They don't necessarily remember the past and the details of it. They are afraid of disloyalty of other people, but also they're worried about their own loyalty and dutifulness. They want to be disciplined, but it's hard for them to achieve it. And these kind of fears can create stress in the ESFP. The second function, we have the parenting responsible approach to the feeling, in the introverted feeling, which is the identity, feelings, and values that the ESFP has. ESFPs might be fast to judge things as good or bad. They know how they feel in the moment, and yet they might have even ideals of what kind of person they want to be. They want to act as what is true for themselves. They might say things like, that's not right, that's not good, that's not me. They say things that are in relation to their own identity of themselves, basically. Introverted feeling users usually see other people also as individuals, so they have this kind of individualistic approach. They see themselves as unique people with their own unique traits, and usually they look at other people that way too. The ESFPs ask themselves, what does my moral compass say? What should I do here to be righteous, to be good? What is true for me? What do I value? Combined with the extroverted sensing, they truly represent themselves in the moment as it is to the outside world, and they have an optimistic approach also how the external world will receive them. And the opposite function for this introverted feeling is the extroverted feeling, which means they are skeptical. What are other people feeling about them? They don't want to hurt other people, and they don't want to break the moral value. If you want an ESFP to change, tell them how you feel about them. The third function we have for ESFP is the extroverted thinking, childish, naive, optimistic function, which can also be pessimistic depending on the situation. So basically they have a childish approach to the analytical and rational framework. This can make them really non-judgmental. They want to receive, they want to talk to you. To understand you, they want to talk to you. They want to ask you, tell me about yourself. Tell me, what do you think? So combination with extrovert sensing, we have a really interesting kind of loop here. So the ESFP really cares what other people are experiencing, and they also care what the other people are thinking. So the ESFP can become really performative for the external, which means that based on what other people feel and think and perceive, they can give people that good experience, and they want other people to think always highly of them. And this kind of extrovert thinking, extrovert sensing optimism can create a high confidence in ESFPs. They can be really confident in their own skin, taking the spotlight and being in the center of spotlight. They can become organized, disciplined. They can start planning a lot. They can start becoming action oriented for things they want and stuff like that. They can become that, but it might also come in like bursts. It can really fluctuate, and the difficulty for the ESFP is to find the consistency in that. So the opposite for extrovert thinking is introverted thinking, which means that they have a blind spot. They don't understand what logical analysis or logical methodology means. So they don't approach things as if A is true, then B is true. That is not the way they approach things. And that's why if you're talking with ESFP, they might take your input as an input, but they themselves are not going to be creating that kind of logical analysis. And the last function for ESFP, we have the introverted intuition. ESFPs are not entirely sure what they want for themselves and what they want for their long-term future. Their priority and the energy goes in the present moment. And that's why thinking about the long-term investments, having the highly abstract mental framework for what the future will look like and what your decisions are gonna impact on in the future can feel a bit anxious. They can also get really bored with highly abstract topics. My tip for someone who is trying to have this kind of discussion with an ESFP is to really use the concrete, realistic examples to convince ESFP with your point, because the ESFPs are really good at understanding the reality. So I really suggest to try to use this kind of method with an ESFP. So basically, the strengths of an ESFP is that they can be really enthusiastic. They can really inspire and uplift others. If they are mature, they can live by their good values and be authentic truly in the moment. They are adaptable, flexible, they can be resourceful, they can have tactical intelligence in the moment, they can really thrive in chaotic situations, and they can give amazing experiences and be performative, confidence with their performances for other people. Well, the challenges is gonna be they can be really impulsive, they can live too fast-paced, they live in the moment so they don't think about the long-term consequences of things, how to be structural, how to complete tasks without losing excitement, how to not make too fast also moral judgments, how to not avoid the introspection, the understanding of your own values, emotions, your own future, like how to see where you yourself are going. If you take away the external stuff, you take away the external experiences, you take away the people around, where are you left? Where are you going? And why? Who are you and why? You know, that kind of introspective reflection that the ESFPs require. Like and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you for watching.